Well, you could do though.
I don't really
Yo,
see that.
combo.
Finally, they say that Eazi.
So yeah.
Yeah, working. Keep eating up everything and training, fam. Training still. I ain't gonna eat that much, but I'm training though.
Yeah. So what do you think though?
What's the weight though? I don't know. Yeah. Less.
Yes, family. For the easy herbs.
We're working.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to give a little, the brothers some advice, you know. Some of the man then we have this hunched over styly, and I know we're going to talk about consciousness, but everything is everything.
Yeah,
so this aspect of posture, you know, is an important thing in balancing the body. It's not just about how it looks. Standing like this compromises the way certain things are moving in your body. There's an optimal way that your body should be set up so that everything works in balance. Because the body is about interconnectivity. And this is the interconnectivity. So like a man like you used to like breaking down things about the brain, innit? And you say this side handles this and this side handles that. And I was trying to break it down to you that that's a theory, one, it's not been proven, and two, that's not how the brain functions, that's not how the whole body as a system functions, that's not how nature functions. Nothing is individual, nothing is in and of itself, everything works interconnectedly, i.e. my posture affects the way the pressure that's on my liver, and that affects the way my kidney is gonna function. So having a certain posture allows the system to work in its optimum way, meaning all the systems work together. So one system might not be messing up, so it's not good to say, oh yeah, don't bother that system, so there's no problem. That doesn't make sense, because that system don't work, the kidney don't work on its own and does its own thing. And if the kidney's good, everything's good. It don't work that way. Everything's interconnected. So like when you was talking about that, so we're in the gym, it's live, they can hear some bars.
Make sure you're close, but
it's all right.
You're loud, you can hear what we're saying.
We're in the gym, bars.
Yeah, definitely. So with the,
So you was talking about the brain one time, innit? This particular area handles memory, And this is an important combo, because this is a mispronunciation. It's a theory. What they know is that if you damage a particular area, it seems that you cannot retrieve memories the same. But that isn't to say that memory of what I ate this morning is stored in a particular space in my head.
No, but what they do know is when you use a certain train of thought, a certain area of your frontal lobe or your neocortex will light up through how they examine the brain through other would I say X-ray?
Whatever the scan is, MRI scans.
So this is how
you can see in certain areas light up to do with certain tasks. This is true, but again, this is an isolated argument. And this is what I'm always saying to you about the kind of Western scientific approach where it tries to split things up and break things into individuals and identify them in a separate way. So it says that because he saw, for example, he saw green, that area lights up. So green is attached to that area. It's simple, isn't it? But even when you think about the color green, there's more symbols in the color, so it's linked. For me, if I say the color green and you say the color green, I don't just think of green. I'll think of things that. Say that again. Where you want to go?
I think we're moving out here.
Moving in.
Yeah, I think there's too much noise going on in the background.
What do you think? Nah, just that bloody. No, but no, I know what I'm saying. Huh? We could do it. Or something, boy. Because but I can't really deal with all that.
I
can't deal with all that.
He's here as well. Them man there making noise now.
Yeah. He's out here. Yeah, can you see man clearly? Well, yeah, man, I'll take this build outside because, all the noise and all that. Yeah, so carry on with the convo anyway.
So for example, if I say the color green, the way the human brain functions, we can't just think the word green or just the color green. As soon as you say green, it's linked to everything that's ever been linked to green in your life. Trees, some present you got when you was a kid. This is unavoidable. This is how the brain works. This is what I'm trying to say. Nothing's isolated. I can't think of the word mum and not simulate ideas of my mum.
Yeah, associate.
You understand?
Yeah.
And then the concept of mums in general. And then the concept of mums and kids and mum, dad, kids, all these things are attached with mum in a human brain, in any brain, because it's interconnected, it's unavoidable. You can't read. So the idea that it's this area only, what that area does is a particular thing when you measure in a particular way. But it's a memory, for example. A memory of what I've done this morning has smells, it has sights, it has feelings. Do you understand? There's taste. Do you understand? When I say 8 o'clock this morning, there's a certain way it looked, smelled, a certain way it felt, the temperature in the air. All of these are different areas of the brain according to that logic, innit? Smell was more this
but
area.
it's a little bit more deeper with that because we understand that stimuli, it's like stimuli is more of contact via frequencies,
Right.
Stimuli.
Go on.
Yeah. So frequencies comes in the shape of many different shapes because you can have frequencies within the contact, the contents of smell. Yes. Seeing.
Yes.
Touch.
Yes. All of the senses.
So all of this, all of the senses.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So this is how we determine, for the fact of seeing a different color,
Yes.
it ups the amplifier of the frequencies,
The
which
different frequencies
determines
being perceived,
what we
yes.
see.
Yes, right.
So it goes back to stimuli again. So
Alright.
everything is stimuli, and how our neurons detect the stimuli and then produce the action potential from it.
I'm glad
See
you
what
went
I'm
on
saying?
that path.
But
Okay.
before it even turns into the actual potential,
Yes.
you have what you call in the neurons, it's soma, which
This is after the stimuli.
Soma.
So this is after the stimulation.
The stimuli comes from the dendrites, the dendrites or the synapse.
Right.
The synapse.
Synapse,
Yeah,
synapse.
yeah the synapse.
Synapses,
Yeah. So this is all the
Yes.
this is
Yes.
and then it gets pushed through into what you know as the soma, which is the cell body, the neuron body, and then it goes through the process of DNA translating the information and then pushing the information via action potential to the located area which first be in contact with your midbrain and your medulla oblongata and your pons and the cerebellum. The midbrain transfer that information into your cerebral cortex. So that's how it works.
Right.
So everything is frequency
Through stimuli, right?
And through stimuli.
So this, I like that you said that.
So So the color determines on the stimuli amputation of what it receives by the frequency.
Right, so you're saying that the color green, you've seen it and it stimulates the brain. But how about this, If I say green right now, you can think the color green in your head. There's no actual stimulus. But the same area of your brain that's stimulated when you actually get a stimulus will fire. Even though no green has been perceived.
Facts only because of behavior in it or habitual. Like you experience that.
But it's not only because
you experiencing green and understand what green is now. You have related it into
reference to that in your brain.
You've got a reference in your brain, but still.
So now, every time
but
you
hear the
come
point
through
though. I
that
know
stimuli,
you're
identify
justifying
it to what it is
in your head, but
Yeah.
what you just said that this brain is stimulated by stimuli.
Yeah.
But now there's no stimuli and I've stimulated it.
Yeah, by having the thought of your head of what is
Same thing, the thought is a stimulus
you wouldn't no, well,
I know, you've seen it, you had an experience.
You're right.
If I lift a weight yesterday, and I got gains for lifting weights yesterday, just because I think about lifting the weights today, am I going to get any stronger? I need the stimulus, right? No, you won't. You won't because because the way your muscles work, it's the same way with the brain. You're trying to stimulate. That's the word we use to get muscle growth. You have to stimulate the muscle. Maximum stimulus is a good weight. They say 70 to 80. You heard all the shit about how to build muscle, right? You put it under the stress and then you stimulate it, and this makes it trigger, tears, and this triggers growth and so on and so forth. Yeah. But the brain don't work like that because the brain doesn't need an external stimulus. You can create an internal
but
stimulus.
after that, you can't.
It doesn't matter that it's after. Because
it doesn't matter because it's
twice.
memory, it's brain memory, it's neuron memory. You're dealing with a certain part of your brain now that controls with memory. Short-term memory is controlled by the hippocampus.
I hear what you're saying.
One second. So that means that you can't create something, and then put it back into your mind, unless you experience it before.
that doesn't change.
So that means if you experience green, yeah, and now you're creating the green idea in your head, it will stimulate the thought because you already experienced it.
Okay, so it doesn't change anything because even the first experience, my brother,
Take care.
Bless up things, man.
as you rightly said, the first experience is external stimuli that comes in and then your brain produces stuff with it.
Yeah.
So this now the stimuli has already happened. My brain produces stuff, and I don't even mean my brain. It's the consciousness because me choosing to think of green now and creating that stimulus. That nothing made me do that.
No, of course.
So so in both instances, even the first time, my brain has to take it upon itself. Like right now, I could look at you, I'm focused on you, and I'll pay no attention to the color over here, even though I can see it. You understand? So the stimuli is there, but how about that part of my brain ain't gonna fire? You know why? 'Cause I'm not focusing on it.
Yeah, of course.
Even though it's there. I'm not focused on it.
It's
So now I
subconscious
can't have the
unconscious.
imagination later to have that because I never focus on it, so I'm not even aware. Even though the stimuli is there. So the awareness. This is a conscious power. This isn't, and I don't mean awareness just in the ability to feel a sensation. I mean the awareness of directing focus. Because no matter what's going
That's
on.
fair enough. But then
this isn't an external stimuli that
you call it
causes
consciousness. No, but Nick, but I agree with that. But remember, you can't. I agree with everything you said, but you can't have this focus unless you had this focus experiences before. You see it?
So you're saying I can't focus on an idea until I've experienced the idea before?
No, not in that. I'm trying to say basically,
So think about it like
everything.
this. No, I get what you're
Everything
saying.
is a.
No, I get what you're
Yeah,
saying.
you get what I'm from.
I get what you're saying. So think about it like this. Then.
It's a process
So think about it like this then.
of experience. You
No, I'm
learn.
with you.
You learn by
I completely get it.
experiencing.
I completely get
and
it.
then you upgrade your information.
so think about it like this then.
If you've never been taught something,
Yes.
you probably will not know nothing.
Right.
I'm that something. You see what I'm saying?
Right, I get that,
Yeah.
So now think about
So that's my
it,
point,
because this is how, so what do you think an instinct is? Or what do you think genes are?
Well, I know what genes are.
So
Depending
would you classify those as memories?
Yeah, of course. RNA
So,
and DNA. It's
what
memories.
you're then arguing now, because if that's you consider that a memory, my genetic information goes basically back to the beginning of time.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So that means there's literally nothing I don't have experience of.
Yeah, to a certain extent. Yeah.
No, not to a certain extent.
No, so fully. Because DNA goes all the way back to microorganisms.
No, bruv.
So you're gonna tell me
matter goes back to the beginning of matter, bruv. What do you mean?
No.
It's the same amount of energy in the universe. Innit?
Cells has got origin, which is the prokaryotic.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So,
but I'm saying even the matter that you're made from.
Yeah, but it's not
memory,
DNA that's
isn't
flowing
it?
up in the matter. Not DNA, is it?
So matter doesn't have memory, so
I'm not
there's
trying
no
to say
information,
well, I don't
there's
know.
no data.
I don't know if matter's got it. Are you telling me matter's got information?
Of course.
In what shape or form?
Everything in
Explain to
physical
me.
existence, everything in physical existence is part of cause and effect, isn't it?
Yeah.
So there's a chain of events that leads to something being what it is. So that's why you can look at certain things now and figure out parts of its past, because there are aspects of its present that teach you where it come from.
No, but you're trying to say it has memory.
This is what I mean by memory. There's scars
Cause
in the
and effects.
moon
Yeah.
that tell you that something happened to the moon sometime in the past.
Yeah.
So this is like, what's a memory? It's something, it's data of a past experience, isn't it? It's data, information. The only thing that makes it different is that you're a human and you're a conscious being and you can orientate the memory. But all it is information of a past experience that can be represented now, innit? A memory, innit? It's like genetic information. It's the information of the past. Like your nose, your nose is genetically like your great uncle whose nose, Just because your nose doesn't talk, that doesn't mean that information isn't. It clearly is, because it's the point in it. It's somebody, you know.
No,
so it's
but
like,
my understanding of memory and the fact that I'm still using the fact of DNA and RNA is because that memory can re-show itself. It can
That's my point.
No, but seeing something in the moon and the stars ain't gonna re-happen again because that it happened.
No, it literally will. So when you see stars, you see craters in the moon, it tells you that things run into the moon. So guess what? Things are due to run into the moon again.
Yeah, I agree with that. But is that because of
Karma,
it happened?
because of karma,
Is it
because
because
of-
it happened before, or is it because a chance in a million.
No, chance in a million, what does that mean? Because if you're talking about infinite time, then a million is every other day.
Yeah, no, of course, but you get where I'm coming from. It's not.
No, I think you're missing me because if it's happened before, that's to tells you it's gonna happen again.
That's a concept of memory that I haven't heard before. Yeah.
No, so what is memory? This is what I'm getting at.
I'm going to show you how in genetics. Memory is the fact that memory is information, that can play itself again.
What do you mean play itself again?
Like re-happen again. Yeah.
What do you mean re-happen again?
As in like for example,
repeat.
Yeah, like repeat. Like for example, my DNA coding, like you said, you use the nose, yeah.
So that's my point.
Wait,
everything has memory then.
But the reason why it has memory because the DNA and the RNA coding, is there within the coding. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We have I don't know.
That's for sure. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. You're saying on a biological level. This is the only place we get mixed up.
Only because we can see the cause and effect of the memory. We can see the cause and effect of the memory. Later down our line, so that means that if your great grandma had a short nose, the cause and effects that later on when you have
you got a lighter, brother?
No, brother. Sorry.
Later on in life, your offspring could have that shorter nose. That's a cause and effect of a genetic memory. Yeah. So when we deal with the aspects of matter and everything, if we haven't got fundamental factors that we can then show in a later experience, how can we justify that as a memory of what happened before?
No, but you
see what I'm saying?
Literally,
that's mine.
You're saying how, but like just like the moon. Just like the Himalayas or any mountain, you see a mountain somewhere. Yeah. Because a mountain exists on this planet, it's likely that another mountain can exist. Because a desert exists, it's telling you that process created this. Everything in material existence is through a process.
Yeah.
So anything created naturally, just there, had a process. So if you study the thing as it is now, you will see information in it that will tell you all the stages before. If you're wise enough and aware enough to perceive, everything now can tell you everything about the past. That's what everything is everything. That's what they mean.
I think the memory. I think the memory thing. I think the memory thing. I think we push more.
No,
it's a code, isn't it? But what happens with the code? It can go wrong.
No, that's not what we're saying. With the memory thing.
You know what I'm saying? Like they got the way they study rocks, right? To tell you how old the sculpture is. It's based on weathering, innit? Because we understand that you get a certain amount of weathering on a certain material, it takes a certain amount of time, a certain amount of rain. So you can look at it now, and based on the way it is now, you can see what it was once upon a time and how long it's taken to get there. This is what I'm talking about. Information, so not a Western idea, not a biological memory, I'm talking about information present now that is reflective of the past. It's a direct reflection. It tells you of the past. So a memory now in my head, or memory of me driving down, is just a reflection of the past. And even then, it's never 100% accurate, just like the rock. I'm not actually recalling what exactly happened. My brain is recreating the image that I actually saw. It's not the lived experience. I'm inventing a new one. That's how the brain actually functions. So this is why I'm trying to say, it's not about external stimuli, it's about internal perception. Do you understand?
So you're basically saying that you can create stuff that you have not experienced or acknowledged, and this is a unique idea or concept or experience. You see what I'm saying?
So
everything.
I know the question. Can I answer that question?
Go on.
I'm saying deeper than that. I'm saying you and every part of matter that you can observe or not even observe is literally got the information of every other part of matter. Have you heard of hologram?
I won't disagree.
You heard of a hologram logic?
Yeah.
You understand how a hologram works, yeah? And this is how the universe basically works. With a hologram, yeah, it's not like you can isolate one bit of the hologram and then it, like, say if this is all a hologram and then I could isolate this bit and I'd only see the door. If you zoom in, it's like a fractal. What you will see, if this was all a hologram, if you zoom in here, I'll see all of this but smaller. Yeah. Because every point of light in a hologram is reference to every other point of light. It is only where it is and as it is precisely because everything else is exactly where it is.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is you're a part of all creation.
Yeah, but
So
I'm
there's
not
nothing in
disagreeing with
creation. So there's nothing in creation that you are unaware of. If you are that in tune. On a bottom line level, you are part of everything. The matter that you have been about has been around since the beginning of time. It's been every kind of mineral, the electrons in you have been every kind of mineral. It's in there.
No, it's in there. I agree with that.
This is what I'm saying.
But it's information.
So that means the memory is in there. It already exists. You don't have to create a new one. It already exists. You just have to actually perceive it. It's a mad thing, but that's the bottom line.
Well, you can have that argument. I wouldn't say that's a, you know what I mean, but I would say it would be very hard for you to prove that. Yeah, I'll leave it at that.
It's one of those. It's proven in the sense that
because you can't really know something that you don't if you don't know about it.
Yeah, but what? Like again,
no, regardless if you're connected to it, regardless if you're connected to it, even up to for the fact that deep in this ocean, no man has not been the depth of the ocean.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
All right.
So now there's microorganisms, and even sea creatures that they have not seen yet.
All right. So I know what you're saying.
So let's not get onto the idea
let's stay on colours.
That we know.
Let's not go crazy. Let's stay on colours.
Right, colours is frequencies.
Do you understand? Yeah, that humans can see the colours we see because we're supposed to be fruit eaters. Yeah, and we can see yellow and red and green and all these bright colours because we eat like. Fucking, you don't know that, like, you know, dogs, some dogs are colorblind and some meat eaters are colorblind because seeing green and yellow, that doesn't help them. You understand? Every animal is attuned a certain way so it can, like for us, sugar tastes sweet. For a lion, it doesn't taste nothing. They don't have taste buds. To them, blood tastes sweet. You understand? Where to you it tastes sour. We're designed a certain way. So what I'm saying is, from a baby out the womb, you're designed to know the color green. Do you understand? This is why I asked about instinct, because we are all born with certain instincts to make us suckle on a titty. No one teaches that. Suckle on a titty.
Of course.
You know.
Yeah.
So this is my point. No experience, because what I'm saying is there's an enormous amount of information that just comes with being here.
I agree with that.
This is my point. So with that, this is what I'm saying. So there's a conscious imagination, and that's what you're talking about. The conscious, what you're conscious of, your conscious mind, innit? Not your subconscious. I'm just using these contexts to give you two levels because there's two levels of human, and that's just your lived experience. And this is what most people identify with, and they will never see the other side of themselves.
So how would you reach to the other side for your?
No, the other side is always there, but you just gotta
tap into it.
Remind yourself that that's a reality of how you function, innit? There's a level of you, like again, as a baby, you knew how to suck a tit.
Yeah,
that's a level of you that's always there. Yeah, but you're more focused on the front stuff.
Yeah, but that can, but even then, so that could be in the biology, DNA and RNA genetics.
Yeah, but why would it be in the biology?
Because it's in the memory. Yeah,
this is what I'm saying. So there's memory throughout even at the first life.
But you know that you can manipulate DNA and RNA. You can change the ways, and you can even you something to change.
But that doesn't change anything. That doesn't change the point. How?
Because you can stop certain genetic behaviors. You can even change. Wait. You can. That's even through dietary.
That doesn't change anything. You're stopping it.
No, I'm talking about like, for example, scientists. I'm talking about the way that they use CRISPR. I don't know if you know about CRISPR. No. CRISPR is like a genetic structure. It's called clustered. It's called clustered regularly.
Go on. Anyway.
Basically, when they deal with the genetics, and they manipulate the cell, taking certain functions of the cell.
So you can play with
RNA.
Choose.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, and then the fact of dietary, you know that if our ancestors have these high blood pressures and all that type of thing that's been passed down by genetics through dietary, we can obviously change the DNA tone by utilizing different food. So we know that DNA can change, the structure can change.
This is just another form of creating a new memory in it. So you just change stuff, but it doesn't change the fact that memory existed already.
No one's disagreeing with that. But,
so this is what I'm saying. So you can have.
I can show and understand. The reason why me and you go back is because I try and look on the fundamental factors that we can see. And then you try to get on a way where I can't see and we can't.
Yeah, but you can't, because that's the bottom line of reality. But that's the problem with Western science. Do you know Western science has proven? No, but the point is though, they are missing because they have proven themselves that of this reality, all their science can show that out of the stuff you can measure and deal with, like what you're saying, and that's the only stuff you want to care about, that makes up 5% of the universe. According to them. Now, to me, they're wrong. It's just a misunderstanding. But based on their theories, on how matter works, for matter to work the way they see it working, based on how they want to measure things, there has to be over 15 times more stuff you can't see and measure and touch. So as long as you keep saying, I only want to deal with the stuff I can see, so you're talking about 5% of the measurable reality.
I wouldn't say that. I would say that.
That's what you just said.
No. I said that's what I deal with because I can fundamentally.
That's
think.
the problem with Western
I'm not
science.
saying that's the only thing I do. No, that's the thing I won't learn. I understand your concept.
That's the problem with Western science, because there's more to the world than what you can measure. That's a fact. There's more to life than the shit that you can materially exist. Again, like I said, I can think of the color yellow, stimulate all the brain in my finger that make yellow.
Yeah, but
that thought come from nowhere. I decided to think that my conscious.
Experiencing it though.
It doesn't matter. I'm still talking about my conscious ability to decide to focus on that now. Yeah, nothing made me do that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I experience it. No.
Because if you haven't, but it does come back to that.
It doesn't matter.
You
because
have to have
in
the
this
first
moment, I'm
first.
coming outside the loop of cause and effect. I'm coming out of material reality because I'm decided. Even if I've experienced it in the past, I'm
still
decided.
Cause and effect, though.
No, but I decided. I created a cause with no cause. Nothing made me do that. I decided to think of yellow.
Yeah, but
so
the
now
cause and
that's
effect is that you already experienced it, and
no,
now
it
you're creating
isn't.
the
Because
idea.
like I said, I can experience it and never think about it again. Nothing can make me unless I choose.
Okay, yeah.
That's my point. I am outside cause and effect of external things. Because I'm not just told what to think.
But I disagree with
can
that.
choose what
I
to
disagree
think.
with that.
You just agreed though.
No, I
can't just choose what to think.
No. That's after the cause and effect.
It doesn't matter. I'm agreeing with that. I'm agreeing with that. So
means
something has happened. All right, look, something has happened.
Yeah.
Now I've got something in my head. I've experienced this thing in my head. Now only when I decide I think about this thing.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So understand that is outside the loop of cause and effect. When I decide.
Yeah, but after though.
It doesn't, you're still doing this debate. I've already agreed that's after. It doesn't matter.
No, but I agree with that. But I agree with that.
Cool.
I
So
agree with
that is
that.
after. Cool, it's after.
So
But
what
now,
happens?
moving forward, I decide.
Yeah, you decide, yeah.
So that is outside the laws of cause and effect.
So yeah, I know. What?
Because no one decided.
I won't agree
How?
with that. Because
So
you
you're
don't.
saying-
No, because you
Do
can't.
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, everyone can probably get it, but it still don't make, to me, it don't make sense because you can only have it after the cause and effect.
It doesn't
You
matter.
cannot
If
have
you do
this
an experiment,
idea. You can't have this
It doesn't
idea.
matter. All right, so look,
That's
this is how
my
I break
point.
it down.
You
So
cannot.
if you have an
So
I hear
wait,
it. I
no.
already agree with that. You don't have to prove that, but so I'll give you an
Okay.
example.
Okay.
You got an experiment, yeah?
Yeah.
You want to see how fast 2 pennies roll, like a penny and a 2-penny coin.
Yeah.
Which one rolls quicker down the hill? Yeah. Nah. You roll them both, yeah? Do you think it's a good experiment as it stands now? You roll them both at the same time and see which one stops first.
Yeah, it's a good experience.
It's a good experiment. Now imagine one of these coins is alive, yeah? You roll them with the same energy, one of them can stop when it wants, yeah? It can fight, it can make it sort of turn.
Okay.
Is it still a good experiment?
No.
Because one can do what the fuck it wants.
Yeah.
It cannot be a controlled experiment because cause of you rolling it and gravity and the incline of the hill doesn't matter no more. Because this guy's gonna do what he wants. So now it's not a controlled experiment because there's no natural only cause and effect of the roll and the hill and you pushing. It's what this coin wants to do. And you don't know what he's gonna do. All you can do is roll it and hope he doesn't do anything, but he might just decide to turn, innit? Now your experiment's fucked up. You understand what I'm saying?
But I won't have that experience though. I will only do the experience of the 2 coins.
No, you're missing the point, bro. Hear what I'm saying. The experiment is flawed because you have a conscious thing that doesn't have to just rule by the external events. In that experiment, the external event don't matter now because now the conscious thing, even though he's been pushed and he's rolling already and he's a coin and he's naturally, he can decide to turn a little bit. And now your reading isn't going to tell you which one rolls better. Your reading is going to tell you which one rolls better dependent on how this motherfucker decides to move.
Now I kind of got lost for that still, that one.
Did it not make sense?
No,
I'll break it down again.
What you said. No,
I'll break
I heard
it down
what
again.
you said.
I'll start again.
But I don't know how you attach that to the argument that we're talking about.
Because what you're saying is that it's not caused, that it's still caused externally because an external experience happens. So that means everything after the fact of that external experience happening is caused by that external experience happening.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
That's what
I'm showing you an example here that when you've got 2 things full controlled by an external thing, you pushing the coins down the hill, controlled by gravity and the incline of the hill, if one of them's a conscious coin and can make choices after the fact, you've pushed him and given him this initial force, you cannot now experiment and find out which one rolls better because it's not controlled anymore.
Yeah, but
there's no fixed parameters. The consciousness can break all the rules whenever it wants. Yeah, I know, I'm gonna come in and get it now.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense.
So what
it
you
makes
disagree
sense.
with then?
So what I'm saying is, you can't have a conscience coin, yeah?
It's
can't
an
have a conscience
analogy,
coin.
bro. It's an analogy,
Yeah.
so you can see the
Yeah, but-
difference between material
Yeah,
things
but I'm
and
trying to
living
give you
things.
back what you give me. What I'm trying to say is you can't have a conscience coin, yeah, without it experience the rolling and the stopping.
That doesn't change the fact that you can't do the experiment. The point
Yeah,
I'm
but-
making is
but
that
then that's
experiment
what-
now
yeah, but-
doesn't
yeah,
work
but like I
because
said,
and why doesn't
I
the
wouldn't
experiment
do
work?
that. I wouldn't use that.
You're missing the point.
No, I got the point. Cause
No, you're not.
No, I have.
You
because
really
you're-
ain't.
No,
You get what I mean?
Bro, you're no.
You
I
get
got,
what I mean?
brother. You are still pushing the same argument you did, and I'm still disagreeing with it.
But you're not getting the point.
I
Your
do get in the
disagreement
point.
shows that you're not getting the
No,
point.
you're saying
Go on.
that it's not cause and effect, even if you experienced it and you had the choice to. Now you experienced it and now you know what it looks like. It's your choice to make it up yourself. It's not caused by the cause and effect. I'm trying to say it is. That's my.
The choice to focus on it is caused by the previous effect.
Yes.
I don't have no choice.
No.
That's not true though.
That's the
experienced
argument that we keep on having.
No, but
That's
you've
that's where we
admitted
start.
that today.
What?
And right now, as it stands, you as a human being standing here, nothing is making you do that.
No, I know.
So how can both things be true? How can you say
Because
you are
it's
choosing to
after
stand
that,
here?
because it's-
No, wait.
Okay.
How can you tell me you are choosing
you
to
know what?
stand in
Alright,
here
let me
now,
show,
but
let
at
me
the
show.
same time, you have no choice? You can't say both are true.
No, look. I'm from Forest Gate. You're from Leighton.
Yeah.
I don't know that you exist.
Right.
I have never met you.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah? Through the course and effects of me joining Forever Family now,
Yes.
yeah? I have met you now. I can see you,
Right.
talk to you.
Right.
Consciousness is, so this is
Right.
cause and effect. So now I communicate with you and I feel I can have a build with you.
Right.
This is cause and effect. So now, when I approach you now, I already know who you are. And now I can consciously think, I'm gonna engage in a conversation with you. So I will. That's my choice to make. After I have that cause and effects of meeting you. Before I never wait.
alright, cool.
Before
So
I
you
never
met me-
before I don't know that you existed,
Right,
brother.
cool, yeah.
That's my point.
That's fine. All right. So
Okay.
now you
really
met me.
explain.
I'm just listening right
And
now.
then you
I'm
chose.
getting it. I'm getting it.
Then you
Yeah,
chose.
yeah, and then I chose.
Arguments.
Yeah.
Then you chose to. You could have chose not to talk to me too, right?
Yeah.
So that means doesn't matter what experience was in the past, in that moment or this
Yeah,
moment,
yeah, yeah.
you're choosing to be here
Yes,
and talk to me.
yes. But I agree
So
with that point
nothing.
of yours.
So that is my point. That is my point. Nothing is making you do that.
Yeah,
You
now.
are- that's an uncaused cause. You are the
Yeah.
only cause of you being.
Yeah,
Now.
yeah.
But that's my point. There's always
Yeah,
a
but I
you
agree
now.
with that.
No, but what are you disagreeing with then? What are you disagreeing with then?
Bro, I don't even know. What I disagree is, that we can't have a conscience existence. We can't have a conscience existence. No, the decision. Decision without having a cause and effect of what. That's what my point is.
So you're just saying
We can't have a conscience decision.
that's just a simple
after.
rule of manifestation
Yeah.
because there's before and after. That's what I'm saying. All matter has a process to exist.
Okay.
So naturally, to exist,
Yeah.
there's an existence that I've come into existence to join.
Makeup.
It's already here. I'm just fitting into the pattern that's already here.
Yeah.
So the whole mainframe is, this is my point. The whole mainframe, as soon as you're here, you're part of this big bag of information.
Okay.
Bottom line.
I agree with that.
Bottom line,
Yeah.
everything is info to you.
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
You come like it seems like with none, but it's just bare. But that's a lie too, because you come, your body itself is the same information as all this shit. This is what I'm saying. Your own body itself has all the information of how to change fucking electrons into this and move molecules and break down molecules and enzymes and move it. Your body comes with that shit.
Yeah.
Now, whether you're not privy to it, that's not the point. The fact is that's in your unit.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So all the memory you want to talk about already exists. The different maths and the geometries,
Maths,
your body
yeah.
is doing that shit while in the room.
Yeah.
Different fucking, it's a mad engineering project, biology. You break down biology, it's just like a car, fam.
Yeah.
Just on a microscopic level. The body is engineered sick, fam, the way it works, yeah?
No, but you know what?
So
it is?
what I'm saying is this data, this memory
Yeah.
already exists fresh out the womb because guess what? Everything in manifestation is built on all the memory of previous
I feel we're gonna-
through a process.
Yeah.
So it already exists.
Yeah.
So it's not just saying that I'm just gonna be whatever because That's the difference with life. Now you come into this thing, you are a part of all of that memory. But guess what? I can do what the fuck I like with all of this shit. That's mad. But within the rules.
Yeah.
But that's what life is. That's the different thing about it.
I agree with that.
That Western science that will only measure objective reality can't measure life. This is the problem. Something we all only know this universe exists because you're alive. But the one thing we want to call pure science can never tell you about the life that you are. It only tells you about the mechanics of the body. It doesn't tell you what life. Because it's immaterial. Because it's immaterial. It cannot be measured, touched, tasted, seen, heard. It doesn't exist in that way. But naturally, it exists because you exist. So for me, focusing on the 5% is good for information. But it's whole day is 5%. It's 1/20th of the universe as they see it. Do you understand?
Yeah, there's a certain amount of matter in the universe.
It's only 5%. According to their science. If you use their science to the way, you know, they don't know what that is as well. Don't let them terms confuse you. Like they know what dark matter. All that term describes.
But it's cause and effect that they see that they miss that.
Yeah. So all this term, this is the problem. So they got certain formulas that tell them how matter moves and interacts. Yeah. And based on these formulas, they can predict a lot of this shit, and it seems to be accurate.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. But then they say, all right, so now if I look at the universe and I use these formulas, let me do my little crack. It doesn't add up. For these formulas to work in the big scale, it doesn't add up. It only works for our little piece,
mathematics,
from our meager understanding. But if you
mathematics, it does. The universe is governed by mathematics. Yeah.
The science.
Hear what I'm saying.
Come back to
Hear what I'm saying.
Hear what's been going on recently.
Hear what I'm saying. In terms of matter and the maths and the physics of matter, the science that they got, E equals MC squared, Newton's law of gravity, and all this shit in it. The science. They've got certain physics, and it helps them engineer planes and trains and go to space, and all of this science helps them to analyze how the world works in the way that you like. But according to that science, if they use that same formulas and equations and all of that to look at the universe and make it make sense, how the galaxy and how the moon, and make it make sense, they do the numbers using the same formulas that they use to do all of this shit. It doesn't add up.
Some of it doesn't.
The only way, based on what they
mechanics
think,
and all that as well, there's different type of.
Yeah, but that's not the point I'm making. That's not the point I'm making. The only way the numbers they have already work for the rest of the world the universe that they see is if there's 95% of some other shit. The only way the physics work is if there's 10 times the amount of some other energy you can't see. So basically, because the formula ain't working, they're saying there's other stuff. Do you understand what I'm saying?
The dark matter,
dark energy, dark flow.
Yeah, but it's more than that as well, because they actually observe and see like black holes and
no, bro, no, they don't. It's theoretically.
And it works out through frequencies as well, and they watch how the stars circle around the planets.
Black holes isn't dark energy. That's not the same.
No, I never said that. I said they watch the universe.
Black hole.
I said black holes. It's
That's
more
different.
Dark energy. I know, but they
not
observe.
Dark energy.
No, but they see the cause and effect of it. They watch it and they understand it. The same way,
what they observe, again, is like I'm saying, they've got these numbers that tell you how.
But it's more than numbers, it's frequencies, it's waves as well. They detect them.
No, they don't.
They do.
They don't. They detect a gap in their science. Again, this is the process that they get to these conclusions. The maths they've got that does predict a lot of things, and it seems to make sense for the majority of the time. When they look at how much matter is, it doesn't add up. So you have to add in something and say this gap is dark energy. This gap is dark. They don't know what that energy is because understand. The logic is this here, that this other matter has the same properties as matter we do know. So this is why they say 5% and 95%, because the logic is what they would need to be is the same amount of matter times 20, which is 5 times 20 makes 100, isn't it? So basically, for all the forces to make everything hold together, you need times it, you need 19 times more the matter that you see. So they don't actually know. For all you know, there's only 1 times the matter you see, but it's mad. It just works differently, and it causes more forces. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's a theory based on their holes. Do you understand? Their holes of understanding say there's a certain kind of energy that makes the universe speed up when it expands. This is all it is. That's what that one's based on. No, there's a certain. They realize that the universe is expanding quicker and quicker. It's not just expanding; it's speeding up. It's accelerating. And they're saying that doesn't make no sense because after an explosion, after the Big Bang, it's supposed to slow down. But it's accelerating.
That's
so,
alright. You can.
It's fine. Sorry. So naturally, because it's expanding at a faster rate, there must be some energy making that expand quicker.
I agree.
So they call it dark energy. Do you understand? This isn't
Yeah.
a thing
Well,
that they
well, I
found,
was
that they
looking-
know what it is, they understand it. It is a theory because they've
but a
seen
lot of it-
something
a lot of
they
it-
don't
a
understand.
lot of it is theory.
Yeah, but this is the important point about these things. People talk about them like you just said a second ago, they can see it and they can, no,
I said they understand the cause and effect. They can
you
measure
can
the cause
see
and effect.
something
That's
happening.
a fact though.
No, what they can
yeah,
see is they
yeah,
can't
yeah.
see the cause and effect because they don't understand the thing. They can just see something
Happening, yeah.
and that's it.
Yeah,
so
of course.
and then
but there's a
they
lot of
say
things,
dark energy.
Yeah, but there's a lot of things that we observe and we put labels to because we see the cause and effect of.
But
the
this-
same as dark energy, the same as gravity,
No, but it's
and there's
different.
certain of other stuff.
No, it's not like gravity. This is different. This is what
Yeah,
I'm, this
maybe
is what I'm getting at. It's
okay,
different
okay.
because we can
And energy and frequencies and one type of things.
on certain levels.
Measure, yeah.
But in this particular argument, things like dark energy, dark flow, dark matter, these are
But I never-
theoretical things
but I
that
never said it
they
was-
have no idea about. They just
I agree with that.
holes.
I
They're
agree
just
with that.
holes in
No
the
one's-
science
no one's arguing that.
because
No one's
bottom line,
arguing
I'm just drilling this home to
Yeah.
point that they are acknowledging in all of by making all these theories that material reality cannot explain reality. If you
Okay.
focus only on material reality, you cannot explain it.
Okay.
And that's not even talking about biological and life and all that. If
Yeah.
you're just talking about material reality in and of itself, doesn't make sense if you only focus on what you can measure, touch, taste, smell, hate. It doesn't make sense to the scientists.
Yeah.
You understand? That's why I'm drilling
Yeah.
that point on
Yeah.
it. They can't figure out because they acknowledge raw. Based on what's actually physically here, there's something else. There's just something else. I'm sorry, that's a fact. I've measured it enough times, bro. It doesn't add up when I only look at this. There's something else going on. And
It's
boom.
definitely a learning process.
And I'm not even talking about consciousness here. I'm just talking about
No, we leave that for another conversation.
Scientists said that the other day on the news. They said they found out something with the physics now. They just put everything on their head. They said there's
But it's a
things
learning
that make it
process.
to
Science-
the human
science-
eye. There's other elements.
Well, listen
You get me?
to the meaning of science is to know. They're trying to know. So they never said anything to say. That's the meaning.
Is that the meaning?
That is the meaning. That is the meaning.
I
It's
don't
to
know.
know. All right, let's pull out. That's
Because science is based on theory. You don't know. You test the theory.
What you talking about?
It's the base. You don't know. You never
So,
really know.
so we don't know what science is not
It's not
understanding
really
the
knowing.
microbiome.
It's how much information you have now.
Science is to
In
be
10 years, you can
science-
find out everything you know
Of
now.
course,
It's
of
like,
course,
this is
of
my
course.
point. So it's
Of
based
course.
on the information that best fits. That's all it is. You give an explanation that best fits. If you find anything that contradicts that information, and you go with that.
That's exactly what scientists
So
do.
it's not
When they make a
knowing.
new discovery.
Yeah, it's
they
not
name
knowing.
it, don't they?
It's based on the best fit. It's like a policeman builds a case, innit? Bare evidence. This suggests you was here at that time. You was there at this time based on that. You was there at that time. And you know what fits all of that? You did it. That's what fits. I don't know, but I can say it fits. On this, that, it fits. It's the same with the biome.
Yeah, well, the etymology, I mean,
not
to
known.
know. It's to know.
It's to seek knowledge. It's to seek knowledge via observation. It's to seek knowledge via. So you want more information.
Nah,
and
it's
you
more the
via
intellect and
observing.
practical activity of compass and systematic studies the structure and the benefits of the physical and the natural world through observation and
Yeah,
experiment.
so it's the study.
Yeah.
It's just the study.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you study and you gain information and you.
Yeah, but it's too late. Well, you
No,
study to know.
you're jumping. It's still just study. You never know. This is the thing.
So
you
nothing's
never
a fact in this
know.
life, you're saying?
You never know.
So
You can
it's
only
nothing is a
base
fact.
off because it can change tomorrow.
That's what I'm saying. So
A
there's no
fact is subjective, bro. Depending on what you know, you're gonna say this is a fact today. If you know something new tomorrow, then you say, "No, that's a fact, isn't it?" That's what happens, isn't it?
So me being here is not a fact. I'm just saying,
Well,
I don't wanna get-
you are here. You are here.
Yeah.
But like,
Is it
do I know you're here?
Is it subjective or other people can see that I'm here?
it's a mad one because
Well then
you do know you're here because you exist. But here, like, you exist. And you kind of know that.
alright,
But to know,
Part
science
two.
is still,
Part
if
two.
something was to wake me up,
But
then I'd be like, this is
but
a
the
dream.
thing is,
you get what I mean?
No, but I understand that. Listen, I respect that.
Yeah.
I respect that. It's a study, and
It's a study. It's a study. You gather information.
So
and
even
you
up to your
base your
philosophy,
theory.
even up to
Yes.
your philosophy, it's a study, and it's a philosophy.
That's it.
Fact.
Yeah.
So,
It's about
so,
studying.
so right now,
Yes.
when it's clashing on philosophies, yeah.
No, when did we clash with philosophy?
No,
I
but-
made points. When did we clash?
No,
Did
but
I not,
no,
was I
no.
not right in the end? I swear I was right in the end.
Bro,
We didn't clash with philosophies there.
What do
We've
you
been
mean?
talking
What
about
do you-
specifics.
no.
That wasn't philosophy.
Me and you are gonna be catching the philosophy
In
because
terms of the main
You
matter
know.
and immaterial, that's a fact, bro. The scientists
We're gonna
that-
be going back
that
and forth
practice
only
that
because-
science will tell you.
me and you
Saying
are
the
always gonna
same
be going
thing
back
in
and
different
forth.
wording.
No, me and you is always gonna go back and forth only because of the fact that you
Yes.
deal with a lot of the consciousness, and the philosophy of African spirituality. Not trying to say it's a clash.
But I didn't even bring that up
No,
once
I
in
know,
this
but
whole
the
talk.
consciousness, but no.
I didn't bring
the
up
fun-
African spirituality once, fam.
Brother, the fundamental fact that you are teaching and not proving, is
What
the-
have I not proved? Did it not take me ages to make you see that the science tells
No, you
there's
just told me.
immaterial
No,
reality?
you told me. You told me. You have not proved
So
it
that's
to me.
not true.
No, I'm trying
You
to say.
acknowledged it,
No, because even up to the fact of you're trying to say of math, memory, showing me and the cause and effect. You have not proved. I proved. I give my philosophy of the fact that through. No, I changed that. I give my philosophy of the cause and effect. You can't have a conscious mind without the cause and effect. You're trying to tell me that you can have a conscious mind without the cause and effect. What I'm saying is, I have not today proved it to you, and you have not today proved it to me.
No, but
so it's
that's
philosophy.
not what I said.
So
though.
now,
That's not what I said. I didn't say. What did you say? I said I could have a conscious mind without cause and effect.
yeah,
I can have a conscious mind without cause and
you
effect.
can
That's
do.
what I said.
Yeah. You were
I
doing
can have a
consciousness.
conscious mind without. That's not what I said.
But
Now
it's
you're
not what
heard
you
me,
said
bro.
in quotation, Kazi, but the contents of what you're saying is that.
That's not the context. The context of what I'm saying,
Go on.
regardless of experience, after the fact, I can choose. Unlike the door, I can choose stuff. Meaning, nothing makes me. Meaning, cause and effect isn't making me do something. I'm choosing. Give me all the information in the world. This is a specific point, bro. If you're not hearing it, it's like half an hour, nothing was said.
But then, that point
Yes.
weren't even the reason why we should even got into that conversation. Because I
No,
already
it
agree with
was,
that.
because I was
agree
trying-
with
I'm
that,
trying
and I
to-
showed you through stimuli, and through
Previous
stimuli,
experience, so because of that previous
you
experience,
can't have that conscious mindset.
No,
that's what I'm trying to
Bro,
say.
remember the coins. The whole point of coins was to say after the cause that made this experience in the beginning, a living thing can still choose.
So you
And
agree
it
with
doesn't
what
have
I'm
to be.
saying?
No, I'm saying there was a cause. I already told you there's a cause, but forget the cause, the first initial experience,
Yeah.
because after that, the conscious thing can do what it likes.
Yeah.
So
and I agree with that as well.
that is
Alright,
not an
alright.
external thing.
I agree
That
with
is
that as
a
well.
completely only a conscious thing can do. This is an important. See, if you're not understanding, that's
But
what
then-
I'm saying. You're not heard nothing I've said.
No, but I agree with that.
So what do you agree with?
I agree with that. After the cause and effect, we can have a conscious experience of whatever. You can choose. You can choose or not choose.
And that's not caused by an external thing. That's caused by you
yeah,
deciding.
I agree with that.
Boom. So
Yeah.
outside of the rules
Alright,
of
we
cause
agree
and
with that.
effect. So
Alright.
now straight away that breaks down the material reality. You understand? Outside the
doesn't
laws,
break
it
down.
does
It
because you're
doesn't.
outside the laws of
It
cause and
doesn't-
effect.
but this is where we
Material
disagree.
reality is outside
But
the laws of cause and
yeah,
effect.
but that's after you had the
It
cause and
doesn't
effect.
matter. I now can do
But then
that.
we're gonna- yeah,
it's like the
if
Big
we're going
Bang,
around
right?
the
At the
circle.
Big Bang, there's no living things, right? So there's no one can do it. Everything's just going as by cause and effect. Newton's laws
Yeah, but
and
that's-
quantum
yeah, but-
mechanics and nothing's conscious. You can only form a certain way. It's ruled by the laws of physics only. External events cause things to move and
Yeah,
clump
but I
together,
know- yeah,
turn into
okay.
suns, turn into planets, turn into galaxies. This is all caused by external forces, gravity, like all of this shit, just frequencies. But now you got a living thing. It doesn't just do what it's forced to do by external effects. It does what it focuses on and chooses to focus on.
Yeah,
And this
after.
it doesn't matter because now
That's
it's
fine,
still
that's
in
fine,
the
that's
system.
fine,
Think
that's
about
fine.
it. It's in
Yeah.
the system, moving around how it wants. It's changing the system because I'm part of the universe too. I am part of the universe too.
Yeah, I agree.
So as part of the universe, I'm moving mad. I can do what I want in it. That's mad. Can you not see the difference I'm
but
talking
there's laws,
about?
but there's laws in that as well.
Yeah, but I
We're
still
talking about
am
laws.
outside cause and effect. My
No, but
conscious
we're
focus
definitely
goes
gonna
the
build
way
more anyway.
I direct it.
we're
So
building.
evolution goes the way living things direct it. Newton and Darwin tried to make it like it's completely random.
Yeah.
But a peacock got its feathers not because fucking the environment made it get its feathers, because the fucking lady peacock said, I like the peacocks with big feathers. They just decided to prefer them motherfuckers. What do you mean natural selection? This is what I mean. This is what natural selection. There's
Evolution
no
and
benefit. There's no benefit to the peacock feathers. There's no benefit. The only
survival
natural
tactics.
selection.
Survival
Yeah,
tactics.
but the natural selection here is the girl saying I like that.
No, it's
That's
natural
it.
selections.
What do you mean
No,
natural
I mean
selection?
natural selection. It's survival tactics.
What do you mean survival
So
tactics?
that means that the bigger beak bird will get into the river and feed more than the bird that don't have the bigger beak and which will die off. That's natural selection.
So hear what I'm saying.
So it's not about the female mating,
bro,
it's about survival
bro,
tactics.
Bro, yeah, but survival means you mate more, so you breed. So it is about the female, it's always about the female mating. So understand the peacock feathers have no benefit. There's no survival benefit to having big
So survival,
feathers.
like I said, survival.
No, how is it survival if there's no benefit in your survival? How is having the big feathers help them survive better? How?
Depending on what environment,
There's no benefit. This is what I'm pointing out. There's no benefit.
Well, I don't know that. I haven't done it, so I have to check.
You can look. There's
natural
no
selection,
benefit.
but I know what natural selection means.
Bruv,
It's survival of the fittest. That's what natural
but
selection
this is the point I'm making. That theory is wrong because it's taken
How is
out.
it wrong?
No, but let me explain why.
Right.
Because the peacock doesn't benefit from having feathers.
No, but depending on what environment it is, you have to show me what environment
I think
it is.
the peacock.
So in an environment, when it's cold,
it's the attractor mate.
in an environment where it's cold, in an environment when it's cold, they might need feather to keep warm.
That doesn't keep
Could be
them
that as well.
warm.
Well, I don't know that unless I do.
No, I'm telling you, they just got long ass nothing. He's not hearing the point, but they are useless. Physically speaking, you understand? The feathers don't help them eat food, don't help them stay
Helps them
warm.
get a mate, man.
It helps them fuck.
Yeah.
And you know why it helps them fuck? Because the gal them like big
Yeah, but I was
feathers.
still waiting for your
That's
answer.
it, you know. If they did woke
Pretty
up next day and
feathers,
said, I
like-
don't like long feathers, fam. I like the man them with short feathers.
Yeah.
Guess what will happen? Come back 10 generations later, fam. All the man them got short feathers. This ain't nothing about the world starving it, trying to eat better. This is because the personality of the female peacocks, I can't remember what they're called. I like man with big feathers. You understand what I'm trying to say? So even race, arguably, you could argue, because you know how everyone was black in the beginning and they went to other places, you could argue that what could have happened, because this happens with animals certain times, certain features just become preferred. It's got nothing to do with survival. Like I said, the male might just start liking, like humans, they might just like go with a big back. And they get breeded more. And vice versa, it's the same with men, innit? Certain features are breeded in. Yeah, and it's not by force always, yeah? Living things just prefer, no, my brother.
Take care.
Living things end up just preferring certain things. Do you get what I'm saying? So like I said, I don't understand you can't see that. The peacock's a bait one because the feathers, there's bare birds like that as well with stupid things that don't help them. Like you go to some islands, you got this bird with these, some round thing around his neck. If it was to go any other country with other animals, they would die. They just slipping, they can't survive like that, innit? But because of that island, they've got no threats. They just start growing nonsense, but that is unhelpful. Do you get what I'm trying to say? It doesn't help them survive, it's mating. Then they start doing dances. So you got birds that dance as well as mating, yeah?
but you have to see the environment.
It's got nothing to do with the environment. This is the
Well, I don't
culture
know
of
that.
the bird.
I don't know that.
What, you think the bird has to do this to survive in the environment?
Wow.
He does it to get gal. And because they have their own little society, getting gal is whatever it is to them, innit?
Yeah.
The bird has decided. I don't know why the female bird likes it when the
survival of the race.
that is the optimum, bruv. No matter how much you eat, if you don't breed, evolution don't work. The way evolution works and the theory of evolution is how you breed. What genetics are passed to the next generation. So the most successful genetics are the ones that breed the most, not the ones that eat the best, the ones that breed the most. So it's whatever lets you breed more. So a peacock grew up some dumb feathers because the gal them like.
Okay, look,
That's
natural
it.
selection, before we end it, natural selection is a process whereby organisms are better
You just
adapted
like going
to the
towards-
environment
So what?
to
So
tend
what
to
is what we're
survive
saying?
and produce. Okay, we're both
You
right.
just follow
We're
what
both
they're
right.
saying.
No,
bruv,
we're
but
both
you just-
right.
but you're not even listening to me. You just
No,
want to read
but
what
I
I'm
just-
saying.
no,
Hear
but-
the point I'm making. You don't need to read that.
But we need to end.
Hear
I
the
need to
point
go
I'm
far.
making, though.
I'm trying to end this convo.
But hear
To
the
be
point I'm
continued.
making. Yeah, but hear
That's
the
what
point
I'm
I'm
saying.
making. Can you understand that a peacock's feathers give them no survival benefit? None.
But depending on what environment, you're not listening to what I'm saying. I'm saying depending on what environment, I need to see.
What effect does the environment have?
Because if it's too cold and it needs feathers.
So you're
feathers to
talking
keep
about
warm.
survival now, isn't
Yeah,
it?
environment,
What I'm saying is the feathers do not help them survive. It doesn't keep them warm because it's too cold. It doesn't get them more food. It doesn't protect them from an enemy. It doesn't do none
But
of
I'm
these
saying I
things that
don't
you're
know.
talking about.
I'm saying I
I'm
don't
telling you
know.
I know.
Okay, that's
It
fine.
doesn't do
Alright,
that.
that's
So
fine.
why do they have these long feathers?
I don't know.
I'm telling you, it's because the gal them like it.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah.
Yes, that's the
right.
thing. So that's got nothing to do with the evolution. It's the
No, but
personality,
no, I
the
think it's
character
natural
of the
selection.
females.
Yeah, but
no, but
it's
you're
not
talking
just
about the
all that.
environment. No, it
Yeah,
is
but
literally.
it is environment as well, though. It's environment as well. So you, I'm trying to say but this guy wants to agree with what you're saying, but I'm right as well. You're trying to say it's not environment. I'm trying to say it's environment.
Do you know there are animals
Brother, let's just
that
read the
have
definition.
made? I don't
Let's read
care
the
what they. I'm
definition.
telling you something, and you
Yeah,
should.
but you're not listening to me.
Just think
I already
yourself,
agree.
just think to
Exactly.
yourself.
But I agree with
You
what
just
you're
want to
saying.
see what they say. What do they
Brother,
say?
because that's the
And then
language.
argue what they say.
No, but that
Think
language,
for
we're using
yourself,
it.
bro.
We're using English, yeah. I agreed with your point, yeah. After you told me
Nah,
what.
but you're still stuck
Brother,
on
but you. Nah, I can't even.
understanding. I'm trying to tell you why there's
You're not
understanding
agreeing with my
is-
point.
It's not.
You're not agreeing with my point.
You're just saying environment, and I'm
No,
breaking down.
I'm trying to
In this
say
example, I'm giving you
survival
environment
tactics.
is irrelevant.
I know, but I agree with that. I don't know.
Okay, so I'm explaining. that is a thing. That
That's
breaks your
fine.
argument. No, wait.
No, it doesn't
no,
break the
wait, no,
argument.
no. The argument you're saying that you're pushing is that it's the environment that causes evolutionary development.
No, it's natural
I'm
selection,
giving-
bro. I
which
never
is-
said
and you're
evolution. I
saying
said
that-
the difference
okay.
between natural selection and
Okay, so
evolution.
you're saying natural selection is based on the environment, yeah?
Yeah.
And then I'm giving you a creature that
Yeah.
scientific method says that if anything disproves your theory, then throw the theory out the window. So then I'm giving you an example of a evolutionary development that is not based on the natural selection caused by environment.
Yeah.
The environment is not give the stimulus for this here, but it exists.
Yeah.
And explain. You're saying I just don't know, but I'm saying what's happened here is the
I agree.
females have just decided
Yeah.
for themselves.
Yeah.
They prefer that.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with who survives. Better.
Yeah.
I just
agree.
prefer that shit.
I agree. But that's still part of the definition of natural selection. It's saying both of us is right. What of that can't you read and what you can't understand? We're both right for natural selection. Do you understand?
So
We're
it's
both
not the environment, it's the-
It is, and what you're saying. I just said that.
How is it the environment? With the
Oh,
peacock?
brother, it
With the
says it,
peacock?
fam.
No, forget
No,
that.
it
You
might
said
not
it.
be.
How is it the peacock?
It might not
This
be
is what
for
I'm
the
talking about.
peacock.
This
But that's
example.
fair. But if I pull up another animal,
No, but
then
that's not the point. I just told you
it is,
science.
it's the
If
meaning
one
of natural
thing
selection. It can't be
disproves
one
your
thing.
theory,
It can't,
then your
it's
theory
not.
don't work. That's science,
incorrect.
bro. No, that's
incorrect.
That is the
'Cause
scientific
the meaning
method,
of natural.
bro.
No, the meaning of natural
That's-
selection. Read it. It's not one thing, brother. It's not one thing.
Bruv, you're not hearing about. Sir.
It's not one thing. We're both right.
The theory of action was first experimented to attempt to survive and produce more oxygen to the environment. So what are you trying to get me to understand by this?
That is environment and the fact of producing offspring.
What do you mean? Is it to things to adapt
Or,
to their environment?
and
Things to adapt to their environment. Right?
yeah.
So
what I said was correct.
So alright, so
you needed to-
wait,
yeah.
so wait. So I'm saying this example is not an adaptation for the environment. This is what I'm saying.
Yes.
So I'm giving you an example where
and produce more offspring.
Okay, so how is it producing more offspring in the example that I'm saying? It isn't helping him survive in the environment, it's just making the woman happy. I'm just cheating, I'm making the woman gassed. This is the point. So they're not even including this logic in here. So my problem, no they're not, that's my point. So in all of their logic, their thing is basically external things. Everything is random, yeah, and everything externally made everything form the way it is. And what I'm saying is living things all have an input in how things develop. You understand?
Go on.
Did you get me?
Rest.
Did you get
no,
me?
I did.
Did you get
I
me?
get both of you to be
Both of
honest.
you, man. Both of you are good.
That sort of thing
You're good.
is, I've got both of you. But
So
what
anybody-
it is,
yeah.
used to are saying the same thing or similar thing, but you're saying it in two different wording, and then you're not getting his word and his terminology.
It's a
And I
simple.
think-
He likes science and I like meta science. Yeah, metaphysics. You know
Yeah,
what I
with the
mean?
peacock, there's no real benefit of having big feathers. But for example, for an eagle that flies high in the sky,
All you're doing
the
is explaining
environmental, the
different
environment will make
examples,
an eagle have those
once-
feathers to fly in those high
Yeah,
altitudes.
so-
and stuff.
so there is that.
Yeah, so it depends on the animal as
But
well.
there's
Yeah.
definitely
Me and Max
examples
donkey.
of like I said, the peacock.
rest.
There
But I
are,
agree with
if you
what
look
I'm
around
saying.
the world, you will
Nah,
find
that's
animals
it.
that
I
have
said
evolved
this
certain
is over
traits
there.
that no one can figure out an evolutionary benefit
Yeah,
for that.
peacocks are
Because
useless birds
I think
anyway.
we're all
because
learning
it's
about-
very random in the sense that it's not as simple as external things.
Yeah.
Like these man, the Western scientists, they cut out the psychological aspects of life. This is what they do all the time. So they say something
Yeah,
like
that's a
evolution.
battery
This is
that
why I
they-
don't like this argument.
the
Because they say
battery.
something like
I'm gonna go toilet
evolution.
before that
It's
journey.
wholly like the environment. Things are just making everything develop. But they take out the living thing itself having a view. Like they say, like there's two theories. People think that
Yeah, boy.
things in the sea
Well,
come out the sea
hey, Match, you
randomly.
wanna end it?
And then another theory is that things that come out the sea chose to come out the sea and actually willed themselves into having limbs. There's an argument that there's a certain kind of fly, yeah, that was stuck on I can't remember where the experiment was, but it's stuck on a certain kind of plant, and there was no more food on this plant, and it didn't have wings. It wasn't a fly, it was an insect. It had to evolve wings so it could fly onto another plant, and this is what they don't say. I say is more akin to what evolution is. They say consciousness has no play. They say consciousness is a secondary effect of the physical body manifested, and then the thing comes conscious. I'll say the other way. The consciousness is what is springing forth the evolution through desire, directing its focus on certain aspects, and then it develops ability to move in that aspect. So things was in the sea, bruh, I want to go on the land, you know what I'm saying? Go on the land, I need the water to breathe. But he keeps testing it. He keeps, I just want to. He's got nothing to do with nothing made him. I just want to go over there, bruv. I just want it. Fuck it. Because he kept trying, he developed. made some next canal here. Can breathe air now. Shit, right, man can breathe air, but not for long, innit? Only like 5 minutes.
microorganisms.
And then go back up.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
saying all life went through this process of having will, consciousness, focusing it in a certain direction, which allows evolution to occur. They say it the other way around. They say the environment makes the thing as it is and evolve into it is. And I say no. Consciousness is the root of the desire, directing the focus.
Yeah, but that's what I'm talking about, where me and you is gonna go back and forth.
Yeah, well, I say that's direction of focus happens right now. You just did it there by saying what you said there. So you cannot diminish your ability to choose to say what you said just there. I'm saying this is always at play in living things and is the directing force of evolution. They just say things happen and make you do shit. Your brain moves a certain way, it makes you say that. I'm saying that's nonsense. We all experience free will. We all experience the ability to just pick our nose with nothing making us do it. You understand? So this is what is the true driving force of evolution.
That's fine. We're gonna end it there, but that is Matchfix build, this is the reason why me and Matchfix is always gonna go back and forth, But salute to the hey, Kazo, salute to the family, Eazi her family as well.
My brother.
Hey, man, we're gone. Hey, we're gonna burst out on a quick one. But yes, so bro, it's a get your game up, get the science up, bro.